fragile we are, how fragile we are. Good morning, CSL family. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. There we are. There we are. We're going to start our service as we always do, which is with Spirit is in this place. So let's all stand up and make a joyful noise. Here we go.
Let's hear some spirit in this place. Let's hear it. That's more like it. Hello, CSL family. So good to be with you here today. My name's Pat Handley Johnson. It's not on? Oh, it's on? Okay. He said he loved you. Oh, who said that? My husband. Yeah. Oh. Oh, my God. Oh. You guys, you don't know what you do for a woman's heart and soul. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Wow, this is a wonderful place to be on a Sunday morning, especially because it's cool in here, right? It's been so hot. We're grateful for the beautiful air conditioning that we have here. I'm really happy to see everybody here in the sanctuary, and I welcome all of you who are there online joining us as well from your comfy living rooms or wherever you are. Welcome. And those of you who are joining us online have multiple ways to join us. You can join us from our Facebook page, from our website, which is cslftl.org, or the third one is our YouTube channel, right? That's it. So lots of options here. You know, it's also a very wonderful morning to be here in gratitude for this incredible place we call Center for Spiritual Living, Fort Lauderdale. It has so many gifts to give us, so many, and we're going to hear about a few in a minute. So let's open our hearts to all those gifts, to each other. Take a look at the person sitting next to you and acknowledge their gift of their presence here. Either way, both sides. Yeah. How many wonderful friends we have the opportunity to give to and receive from here. Opportunities for reflection, for connection, and simply just being present and quiet. Wonderful gifts they are. And here are some of the other gifts that we receive if we come to CSL, and they are our recurring events every month, including the Reiki Circle, the Spiritual Living Circle. Vince, are you finished? Are you? Oh, you have 2 more in August. Okay. The Conscious Impact Leader South Florida. Yeah, there you go, Vince. The Wisdom Circle. And, okay, very good. Thank you, Mimi. And the Spiritual Book Club. Oh, yeah. Listen, we have a big fan group for the Spiritual Book Club, but we're welcoming anybody else who likes to come and read and contemplate and discuss these incredibly powerful spiritual principles that guide our lives. We are finishing reading Treat Yourself to Life by one of our favorite authors, who's Charles Raymond Barker. Come join us. It's quite a small book, easy to read, but a powerful spiritual punch. So Tuesdays, this Tuesday, in the community room at 2 o'clock. Okay, who's up for some fun? Because we're starting monthly bingo night here at CSL. How great is that? It's going to be from 7 p.m. What did you say? 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's only $20, and you're going to get 6 bingo cards, 1 for each game. There's going to be light snacks, water and tea, and lots of prizes. But the coolest thing is, Terry, are you here today? Okay, Terry, our incredible musician, and Jessica are going to host the event. So how fun is that going to be? I'm sure it's going to be very interspersed with a lot of acting and music, right? That's what we're looking forward to. Thursdays, right? Did I get that right? Starting August 20th. Be there or be square, as we say in kid world. Okay, that's great news. We also have a British sound healer, John Vance, presents John of Sound monthly healing sound sessions right here at CSL. The first session is Friday, August 7th from 7 to 8. It's a $40 investment in your well-being. Gift yourself this healing experience. And Jessica. So she's going to come up and answer this question. Yes, and? So I'm thinking, what is she talking about? Yes, and? Does that get your curiosity going? Let's find out, Jessica. Here you go. Oh, what is this? It's so cute.
Fun thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and. All right, I'm just going to put these little cutie babies up here. And I'd like to thank our very own Marco. During a treatment, he actually downloaded the name The Yes and Experience. So give us a hand for Marco over here. All right, you guys. Good morning, everybody. It's my first time up here at services. This is really exciting for me. So this is actually going to be a little bit of an interactive moment, if you would. So I'm going to need some crowd participation, all right? By a show of hands, how many of us have overthought a conversation before we have it? Okay, all right. Now, keep it up if you've walked away from that conversation and you've thought, oh, wow, I really could have said that differently. All right, so now we're going to play a little bit of a game. All right, so I'm going to need you to say this after me. It's going to be wrong answers only. What is it? Wrong answers only. All right, so now everybody shout it out. Wrong answers. Oh. What color is the sky? Purple, green, blue, polka dot. Rainbow. Does everybody see what just happened? For 5 seconds, nobody was worried about being perfect. This is exactly what we're going to be doing in the Yes and experience. For 4 weeks, we're going to say yes and to the realm of possibilities. We're going to let go of our perfectionism. We're going to build our self-confidence. We're going to play improv games, do connection-building activities, form a tight little squad where we get to bring out our inner child and be ourselves through our own joy. Now, this is going to be limited to 12 people only. It is going to be a $200 investment. It's 4 weeks. We begin August 5th. It will be on Wednesdays from 7:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Now, for the first 12 people, hopefully you all come today. Today we will be giving out these free little pride pets, I call them. They are the cutest little babies, and I've been making them and spreading joy all over the world with them. You can clip them onto your shirt or your hat or give them as a gift to keep the fun going. So come find me in the lobby after services, and I look forward to having fun with you guys.
Thank you. Well, who wouldn't want to work with Jessica? How fun is that going to be? Nice. So that's it for the announcements. Let's get ready for our intention statement. So as you know, here at CSL, we do have an intention statement that says who we are and how to show up in this amazing universe. Please join me in standing if you're able, and we will say the intention statement together, and afterwards, let's do a beautiful greeting to anybody you want to say hello to, especially if you see somebody new. Reach out to them and welcome them to our beautiful center. So here we go. CSL, who are we? We are an abundant, loving, and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service.
I've trained you well. Just kidding. Good morning. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful experience. What a beautiful connection. What a beautiful message already through the announcements. It's already done. We've already set something forth in motion. And this is our opportunity now to sit in this very vibratory field. It's our opportunity to sit still with each other. It's our opportunity to go within as we go into our meditation service. We will be sitting for 10 minutes. We'll be flexing that muscle of the inward awareness. And that doing this together adds to this collective field. I heard last week from an individual who's never been here before, who sat in meditation, who always had trouble in meditation, and was shocked at the stillness in the room and how it reflected a meditation that she's never had before. So this is the power that's available if we truly use this time to go within, to support ourselves and to support the community, and then in essence to support the world. Meditation will be lovingly facilitated by Carl, our practitioner Carl, today.
Good morning. I invite each of you to feel the love in this room, to feel the lightness in this room, to feel the love in this room. And if you're comfortable too, to close your eyes and to know this, to enjoy our time together as we travel together through time and space. I'm grateful to be a part of this community that reminds me that I am loved, this community that brings me joy, this community that brings me wisdom. I'm so grateful to be an active part of it. So grateful to be here right now, to be a conscious being, participating in life, the joy of it, the love of it. And I know this, Spirit is everything, everything. Spirit is a universal mind that knows all things. Spirit is what created me, created each one of us to be ourselves, to learn about ourselves, our contributions to this community, to the greater community of human life. And each of us, right here, right now, is whole and complete, just as we are. Perfect, perfectly imperfect, in the contradiction of that. To know just as we are, that everything is right, everything we need is available to us. That love is always there. It is always there for us. Even when we feel our most unlovable, to know that Spirit is there for us, to remind us of who we really are, beautiful, whole and complete, right here, right now. I'm grateful to know this. I'm grateful to know this with the fullness of my being, to feel it in my heart, to know in my head, to feel it in my body, feel it in my spirit. I'm so grateful for that completeness. Knowing that this is already so, I release this to the universal mind, to law, to God, and so it is.
My wings were heavy, I could not fly, haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. Love was there, I could not see it, so the voice of salvation came shining through you. And you said, God is all there is. God is all there ever will be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. In the sky of my mind was lightning and thunder. I never could trust it could finally be right. The truth in your eyes said, don't worry, don't wonder. You sang me your song that has shattered the lie. And you said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. And like the shepherd, you pulled me through. When my heart was troubled, I didn't know what to do. Your compassion planted a seed in my life. Now the flowers in me. All the time I'm singing. All the time I'm singing. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. If your wings are heavy, you cannot fly. You're haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. God is right there. You just have to see it. Let the voice of salvation come shining through you. And you say, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. Come on, sing.
One more time. Come on.
God is all there is. There. Sing, God is all. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be.
Thank you, thank you. That was beautiful. I know we're a spiritual center, and you probably don't like me saying this, but that just took me to church, because I call it church, because I call it a space and a place of a sanctuary of the Spirit. And there's something that happened in that song, so I don't know if were people singing along, because either that or your mic was reverberating. I wanted to look around, but I was trying to be in the moment, but I felt it all around me. It was a big warm hug. So thank you. I love walking up to that space. Thank you for offering that. All right. So good morning again. Our theme for this month that we talked about a couple weeks ago is whole no matter what. Can you bring my mic down just a dash? Thank you, Andrew. Whole no matter what. We are lacking nothing. No thing is missing. So we're whole no matter what, individually or collectively. As we look into our inner world, as we look into our outer experience of our small communities, if we look into the outer world, it is whole no matter what. It can be no other thing. Robert Browning says that there's a divine spark within life that we may desecrate, but we can never lose. It is within us. So our worth, our belonging, our divine nature, those things aren't earned. They are inherent in our very being. Whitman said that there is a seed of perfection that has been planted in each and every one of us. Beneath every fear, every wound, every mistake, every identity, every circumstance, even every success is a spiritual essence. And this is what we're discovering today. We use words throughout this community. We use words like wholeness, but this is the opportunity to get to what does it mean in my life? What is the truth of this reality expressing as me? As we get to dive into this, we become more fully aware of this knowingness, how Ernest Holmes started every one of his talks with, there is a power for good in the universe, and I can use it. And you can use it, and we can use it. But we can only use it if we know and are aligned with the awareness of this truth that we are made of divine substance. So the first week, I talked about no bad parts. That was our first week of the month. And it's about bringing everything, all parts, into the light of our awareness. It's about integration. It's about acceptance. Because a house divided against itself cannot stand. A house divided, fragmented, can't contain and receive the fullness of all that we are, because there's parts that are separate in our own inner being. So it's about calling it all in, embracing every part of ourselves, and knowing that that's a process, that's an unfoldment. And as we do that for ourselves, we're honoring that same process. We're honoring that same unfoldment. We're honoring that same truth for all individuals. How life would be different if we grow in our awareness of compassion, that the majority of people are walking around this world fragmented, not knowing the true essence of themselves. So can we hold the awareness of the compassion that all other individuals are in the process of bringing all themselves back together again? Reverend Kevin Lee was here last week, and he went on to talk about how having these beliefs of these bad parts, right? And the healing of that is the stories that we create about them, that we continue to circulate in, through, and as our life, that we make it a reality unto itself when it's not the true reality of who and what we are, that we're already enough, that we're already worthy, that we have a divine identity. And so today our talk title is What We Believe About Wholeness. And I'm going to make it into a question to start. What do we believe about wholeness? And our answer determines how we pray, how we heal, how we see ourselves, how we see others. So this is where we begin. From this awareness that we're not journeying towards wholeness, but we're journeying from it. I like this working definition that I found of wholeness, our working definition we're going to use today. Wholeness is inherent completeness, perfection and integrity of our spiritual nature as individualized expressions of the one life, untouched by changing conditions of human experience. So it's saying that there's human experiences. It's not denying the experiences that we walk through. But there is an essence that is untouched by it. So I start with our first point. If we're talking about what do we believe about wholeness, let's start with that collective belief. What is in the collective consciousness about it? And for me, I've spoke of this a few times from here, from stage, a few times in classes, but I've been on a journey to the awareness of my wholeness, right? I've been on a journey in this life, and from a young age, I was very aware of these collective beliefs, whether I could language them or understand them or not. Fast forward to today, being in these teachings, I'm like, oh yeah, I knew that as a kid, because if you've heard anything I've said, I said from a very young age that I had this awareness that there has to be more to life than this. There has to be more than the experience that I was experiencing, the things that I was seeing, what I was feeling, and how I felt so disconnected to my own being, yet there is something knocking inside of me. And I know that same knocking is inside each and every one of you. The very fact that we have this divine essence, this spiritual substance, this wholeness that we are from in it of itself, that is the thing that's calling us forward. That is the thing that is knocking on us on the inside. So from a very young age, I was very aware of these collective beliefs. Doesn't mean I was healed from them. It just means I realized this can't be it. Collective beliefs that there's something lacking, that we're missing something, that there's a limitation, that there's a brokenness, that we're flawed, that we're incomplete, that we're sick, that we're separate, that we're alone. And why is that collective belief in, through, and as the expression through our world? I don't know. But what I do know is that it works really well for the companies who want to advertise to us. They want to sell us something, right? Because if you're incomplete, you will buy whatever they're selling. JC knows, because I think I have every neck cream sold to humankind. He's like, you know it doesn't work. I was like, it says it's the best in the world. Because there's something about the awareness that we're not enough. Not successful enough, not creative enough, not healthy enough, not productive enough, not young enough, not beautiful enough, not handsome enough, that there's something that's missing, that's lacking within us. And that we get preyed upon by this. That there's an insidious nature to thought. You know, it seems harmless, but it spreads and it develops in a gradual and a sort of stealthy way. That it gets imparted to us through advertising, through media, through social media, this idea that we're broken, that we're flawed, that this world can never be the great expression that it is because it's broken, it's flawed. We're constantly being imbued by this. This is a belief that the collective is holding as this awareness, and are we ever surprised that our individual or collective life doesn't change because this is what we're holding in our deep subconscious? And this is the insidious nature of thought. It continues to, bit by bit, continue to reinforce this false belief, this false idea. Have you heard of the story? It's a children's story of the ugly duckling, Hans Christian Andersen. I'll call up the slides when I need them, but I'll use the first picture right now, Andrew. So it's a story of a duck that has been sitting on her eggs, waiting for them to hatch. And they all hatch except one. And it's the largest egg that she's sitting on. And she's like, well, I've sat on them for this long. I might as well continue to sit. So she sat for a few more days, and then here hatches this big egg. And out pops this duck. And it looks very different than the other ducks. The other ducks are yellow and fluffy and tiny and cute. And this one is larger and gray. And immediately, it's rejected. It becomes ashamed because it's being told that it's different from the ducklings, from the area and the farm in which it lives. It's kicked by the person that continues to feed the ducks. It's looked over. It's told, you're ridiculous. You're not like us. The duckling doesn't know what to do besides feel very uncomfortable in its surroundings, feel like the ugly duckling, feels like the black sheep, feels other than the truth of who and what it is. And so it goes out into the world to trying to find its place in the world. And it's a whole journey of going to all different places, having different experiences, comes into contact with a hen, comes in contact with a cat, and it's like, if you could only be like me, you'd be happy. If you'd only be like me, you'd be happy. While I was living in that little household, he's like, I really want to go swimming. I have this call to be in the water. I have a call to be floating. And they're like, what? Why? Just not understood. Goes with the flock of geese, finds them. It's like, maybe that's what I'm supposed to be. And is in a terrifying situation where it was hunting season and shots are firing all around it. So it scurries off to somewhere else. As it scurries off to somewhere else, it has other experiences and this trajectory of really hard life experience. So it moves through the winter, and it comes out of its shelter, and it's a beautiful spring day. And it goes to find water, because it moves to swim in the water. And as it goes to find water, it sees these two beautiful swans in the water. And it goes over to them because he's in awe of the beauty, of the elegance, of the majestic expression of these divine birds. And as this ugly duckling got in the water, it saw its reflection. And it discovered it was a swan. So we have the second imagery. It didn't see its reflection because it was walled off during the winter season. This is the first time it was able to see its reflection. The other reflections that it saw, it didn't even want to look at itself. So how many times have we been in our lives where we've had this experience? This experience of being pushed aside, being told we're not good enough. This is the insidious nature of this thought. These are the things that incept and input itself into us. When if we really got still enough to our divine nature and divine essence, we'd see the majestic beauty that we are. And that we are just growing into our greater and greater expression. I have a quote by Ernest Holmes that kind of highlights a little bit of this, and it says, "We consider the whole universal system to be a unitary wholeness, undivided and indivisible. Therefore, its entirety is at the point of perception always. But perception is somewhat influenced by the psychic background of the world. The psychic background of the world is that race consciousness. So we know that this is the inherent truth, but here is this static on the line. This unitary wholeness, this was the philosophy that Jesus was based in, this unitary wholeness. This idea that in the unity is all variety. And at the center of every variety, every variation is undivided, indivisible, totality in essence. So I want us to invite this awareness that there's a difference between reality with a capital R and appearance. Reality is truth. Reality is life. Reality is principle. It's laws. And appearance is just what our consciousness is currently perceiving. And it could be conceiving the truth. It could be conceiving the reality. But when we see something that is appearing, that isn't what we like, it isn't what we want, we get to go deeper into the awareness of what is the truth here. What is underneath it and in between it. We're talking about what we believe about wholeness. So of course we have to talk about beliefs. Mrs. Eddy says, "The mortal mind sees what it believes as truly as it believes what it sees." Emerson says that we see what we animate and we animate what we see. And Jesus simply said, "It is done to you as you believe." And Troward goes on to say that there is a reciprocal action between the universal and the individual. So that we are here at first cause. We are here at this awareness that our thoughts, our beliefs, they express our experience, but there's a deeper reality, so we get to focus on what is the truth here. So we went from collective beliefs, and here's a science of mind belief. Right, from our belief statements that we believe that we're an individualized expression of the one spirit, and the one spirit has individualized itself through all beings everywhere. I have this quote here from Ernest Holmes that says this: "The whole universe is reflected in each speck of its own indivisibility." Omniscience, omnipresence, omnipotence. This is what it means. It's in everything already. It is in my life. It is in your life. It is in all life. The divine mind, the one mind, imparts itself into all minds. And this power is available right at the center of our being. This points to this idea of a holographic universe. That in everything is the totality of it all. So I have a couple of pictures. I have this holographic image that shows. Here's an image, you cut it in half, and the image is on the two sides. You cut that in half, and here are the smaller images. The next image I have, the next picture, this is the law of physics of consciousness, Fred Alan Wolf. The mind is one, the mind is many. So there's a picture of the universal hologram. this image of the totality of all things as it presents itself in the brain hologram, to the DNA hologram. It's in us, and we get to tap into it. You know, on my discovery of there's got to be more to life than this, I left home, talked about this. I went to college. I had multiple existential crises. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? I studied psychology. I tried to get into the mind of understanding, why am I thinking this way? Why can't I just be happy like everyone else? Found my way into spirituality and found my way to agape and to these teachings. And the first class that I ever took was living from the absolute. Living from the awareness of the allness that is life itself. That God is all there is. That this divine presence is all there is. That this is the space and place in which I get to put my attention, I get to put my focus, I get to be open and receptive to receive this divine download of the truth of what life is all about and the way in which I am moved to be a part of this life. That we're not here as mere observers. We're here to participate. And I get it, participation can be difficult if we're in survival. Participation can be difficult if I'm thinking about, you know, this is what my day looks like, over and over again. It's the same thing again and again and again. And that's why the importance of spiritual practice, that's why it's important of meditation and prayer and spiritual study and fellowship and connecting with this absolute presence on a daily basis, on a moment-to-moment basis, to put aside appearances and to steep ourselves into this divine reality. So how wonderful it is to return to this topic of wholeness as I started my spiritual journey from this awareness of the absolute, of the truth, of the wholeness that is present in, through, and as my life and in all life. God is whole. Life is whole. We are individualized expressions of this life. And wholeness is not achieved, it is revealed. And that is an opportunity, again, to let go, to put down, to reveal this true nature of who and what we are, to have that experience. And then it's a process of a remembering. So our healing is remembering. Our prayer is remembering. Our meditation is remembering. Our forgiveness is remembering. Our love is remembering. We talk about wholeness. I mentioned this in my first talk. It can get kind of confusing, right? So we talk about oneness, we talk about wholeness, we talk about healing. You know, oneness is the thing itself, that which we come from, the source and supply of which we express, and that our relationship to it and to everything is that we are one with it. That there's no duality. There's only this unified field of consciousness. There's only this one thing that's ever unfolding. And that wholeness is our essential nature and is an expression of that oneness. So if we think of the ocean, ocean is oneness. If we think of a wave, the wave is wholeness. Rumi says, you are a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. There's the Vedanta teaching that goes along with this ocean and this wave idea. And the teaching says that a wave feared its end as it approached the shore. It believed that when it broke, it would cease to exist. And another wave said, you're not merely a wave, you're the ocean expressing as a wave. And that when it broke upon the shore, nothing was lost from the ocean. Sometimes our individual waves, the breaking of the wave onto the shore, can feel like an ending, but it's always a beginning. And I want you to know that as if you're moving through some sort of experience that you feel like you're this wave breaking, you feel like you see this end coming and you are afraid of what's going to be on the other side, know that it's the opportunity to be fully immersed into the ocean of life, to fully immerse yourself into the absolute, to fully immerse yourself into the truth. Now, healing, when we speak of healing, of course, it's about the revelation of wholeness. But what are we actually healing? We're healing this awareness, this belief, this sense of separation. It's a revelation of wholeness. It's awakening to this truth. You know, when there's the sun out during the day and the cloud comes over, and then the cloud parts again, the sun doesn't get dimmer or brighter. It's the same expression. Through all that time, it's just what is in front of it. What has made it cloudy? What has made it darker? What has made it dimmer? And that's the questions we get to ask ourselves this week. So we see what the collective belief is, and that what we're moving through as we hold our very belief of the truth of who and what we are. And so now what do we do with that? Well, there's a quote by Ken Wilber that says this. He wrote a book called Do my first quote first, then I'll do my second quote. So the next quote is on mental healing. So this is the awareness of the wholeness that we hold in our consciousness. Since the divine must hold us as some part of its eternal perfection, we are fulfilling our destiny when we think of ourselves as already divine and perfect. To contemplate the divine life at the very center of every life, this is the very essence of mental healing. This is the very essence of sitting with a practitioner. This is the very essence of having a session with an individual that holds the space of listening to all that's transpiring, all that you're experiencing in your life, with the awareness that regardless of appearances, there's a reality that you are whole, perfect, and complete. The awareness that there is a wholeness that you haven't even realized in your own self, but that very opportunity for us as practitioners and ministers to hold that very space for you allows you to meet yourself there. You can rise up to that awareness as it is rising up in you, as you are in a space that does not reflect back to you what the outer world is continuously telling you, that you are missing and lacking something, that you are harmed, hurt, or dismantled or dismembered in any way, that you are broken. No, you are whole. And this experience that you're having, this experience that you're moving through, is the opportunity to find your wholeness in it. It is the very thing that is asking you to go within, because life can feel difficult. It can feel heavy. The experiences of our individual world, of our outer world, is calling us to say, it is not good. And as we say it outside of ourselves, we're saying it within ourselves, and we're having the experience of life not being good. So as we move through this awareness of wholeness, what do we do with this? That's where my last quote comes in. And the last quote is from Ken Wilber from Radical Wholeness. And it says that we are to transform consciousness from that limited and contracted state through several experiences of open and free states to genuine wholeness, to a pure non-duality, an ultimate union consciousness or cosmic consciousness, an absolute oneness with the entire universe. That we are to have these experiences. That words, concepts, and symbols, they just won't work. It's about having and knowing that ultimate reality must be a direct and an immediate experience. And I know you've had it. You have it in nature. You have it in a loving relationship that is so present to you. It's available in your meditation. It's available in your waking state and your sleeping state. It's always revealing its grand, glorious, expansive being in, through, and as you. So what we believe about wholeness, it has an effect on how we pray, as I said earlier. It has an effect on how we heal, how we see ourselves, and how we see others. So the work we do of expanding our consciousness to the truth of who and what we are has an effect. It is a wave that goes out from this ocean. It does crash on the very shores of our consciousness and of the consciousness of all individuals that we come into contact with. And that we get to be in pure reverence of this, in pure awe of this experience of this belief in wholeness. And that we get to create from that space of wholeness. From that quantum field like Joe Dispenza talks about, instead of the 3D reality. And so this week, I want you to have a little assignment. I want you to pay attention. How much of my day is my attention on matter and the material world? That which is appearing, that which news is saying, that which is showing up. And how much of the day am I aware of the energy, of the frequency, of the cosmic fields, of the quantum fields, of the unified field of consciousness? How much time do I give myself access to that absolute, living from that absolute state? Because it is done unto us as we believe. If I don't believe in the existence of it, then it won't exist in my life or my life experience. So this is the practice that is before us this week. You take it on? All right, and so it is. So this is our time that we get to participate in that very space and place of giving forth, of circulating. We are grateful for that which is on your heart and your mind and your soul and your spirit that you want to continue to pour into this community so it can continue to pour into all that are seeking it. We give great thanks for those individuals who are on the Prosperous Life program. These are individuals that give to us on a consistent basis. So we thank you for your monthly contributions. And we invite anyone who is interested to please see guest services to sign up. And that we are grateful in advance for the ways in which you give of your time, your talents, and your tithe that continue to seed this community with all that it needs.
There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on, I release. I release. Struggle, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in my spirit. 'cause I'm only here for God.
Thank you. Whew. So, how wonderful it is to stand before you. I invite you to close your eyes if you can. I invite you to extend your hands from your hearts. I invite you to participate in this very blessing of that which has come forth. That is which has come forth and poured forth from the very wholeness itself that is expressed so individually and uniquely as each and every one of you. That you are the microcosm of the macrocosm of this divine identity, that it is spiritual and eternal. It is the very essence of who and what you are, and that it is what has been poured forth into this very basket on this day. So how wonderful it is to hold this grandness, this gloriousness, this magnificence that is the all, that is in all, that is ever sourcing and supplying all of our needs right here and right now. All of our needs are met from this space of wholeness itself, from our awareness of a oneness with this source and supply of life itself. To know that we are blessed by your presence. We are blessed by your participation. We're blessed by the very essence of the truth of who and what you are as you continue to do this work. Continue to dive into this awareness of the absolute nature of your very being. To be open and available for this universal presence, this infinite presence to impart itself in ways in which that excite, delight, awaken, heal, and reveal to you your potential, your power, and your possibility. As I know it for this center, I know it for each of us. As I know it for each of us, I know it for this center. As I know it for this center in each of us, I know it for the world at large. That there is nothing that is impossible with this divine wholeness that is awakened and realized in humanity itself. And for that, I'm grateful. And so it is. Do we have any individuals that are here for the first time? First-time guests. Hello. We have a gift for you. Hello. Please receive our gifts. There's an opportunity for you to sign up for our newsletter. For those of you online that are joining us online for the first time, please go to our website, cslftl.org, and you can sign up for our newsletter there. Keep in the know of all the things that are happening. Participate in this community in ways that is building the community of your hearts and of your soul by connecting with the truth of who and what you are. So thank you for being here. And our next offering before we end.
From the day we arrive on the planet and blinking stepped into the sun, there's more to be seen than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. Some say eat or be eaten. Some say live and let live. But all are agreed as they join the stampede. We should never take more than we give in the circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune. It's the leap of faith. It's the band of hope till we find our place on the path unwinding, yeah, in the circle circle of life. Some of us fall by the wayside, and some of us soar to the stars. Some of us sail through our troubles, and some have to live with the scars. There's far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high in the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round in the circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune. It's the leap of faith. It's the band of hope till we find our place on the path unwinding, yeah, in the circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune, yeah. It's the leap of faith. It's the band of hope till we find our place on the path unwinding, yeah, in the circle of life, on the path unwinding, yeah, in the circle of life.
Yeah, I usually have something to say after you sing, but I got no words after that. We'll just let that be what it was and sit in it for a second. Oof. So I invite our practitioners and ministers up to the stage. Yeah. And I invite you to have a wonderful one-on-one session with a practitioner to bring to them what they can know for you about whatever it is you're moving through. They can hold that space of awareness of your inherent wholeness as they speak the word for and about whatever circumstance is present in your life. Ooh, Ray, will you pray us out?
We are an abundant, loving, diverse, spiritual community. We all said that a little over an hour ago. Why did we say it? Because we came here. Why did we come here? Because I believe each of us, in our own way, know there is a God, a source, an energy, a love, infinitely intelligent, unconditionally loving. And we come here to share and honor that. And do we do that? we start by sharing a joy. Pat brought us through a lot of energy this morning with that joy. We have camaraderie with the people around us. Antonio started with a joyful sound. Didn't we just hear it now? The joy it brings through us. And as we continued, our consciousness was aware, very, very, very much so, of Carl and our own peace that was available to us, peace through meditation. And then finally, wow, the wisdom of Reverend Tina, what we hear, what we capture, maybe all of it, maybe not all of it, but we capture that as the wisdom that we hear that becomes a greater part of us. And I hope that each of us, you and I, will capture some of that so it's not just here, it's not just on our Sunday, but it becomes a greater part of our being. I am so joyful for this location. I'm so joyful for this center. What we share, what energy is here, what is taught here, and the ability of people to absorb it. It is so wonderful. And I say, I am so grateful as we share together, and so it is.
And so it is. Let's all stand for our final song, This Is My Wish.
This is my wish for the world. Peace will find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song that everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah. Peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Peace on earth. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Happy Sunday.